What can I do to motivate my kids? That's a question I think we all ask ourselves at some point in homeschooling. For ACE, it's actually set up so that it's pretty easy to motivate your kids depending on the child. They have a lot of stuff worked into their school system so that you can motivate them fairly easily if you follow it. One thing that we do, this isn't particular to ACE, but just to help the kids have that extra motivation, we use goal cards. I did a video on goal cards and just marking that off, getting your star after you take a test, putting it on the star chart. A lot of that is motivation that's very, very almost subtle. Another thing that we do throughout the day is we have these golf tees, and I just took a board and drilled some holes into it. This sits on top of their desk like this, and as they get done with their schoolwork, they mark it off their goal card, but then they also pop this in. So for my kids, morning break is at 10:15, and they need to have 2 subjects done by morning break. So this would be math and science. And I can just glance up there and go, oh, okay, yeah, you have that done. Time for morning break. I see you have it done. Go for it. I don't have to look at their goal card. They don't have to look at their goal card. They can just see or remember. It's kind of like playing Battleship a little bit. So I bought these on Amazon. I can try to put a link to it below it. We have math, English would be orange in this case. Science, the social studies one, is green, and then word building is black, or you can use this for Bible or whatever you want to. So I just did 6 holes, just drilled holes in there, got these off of Amazon, a big bag of them. And that's just a little extra thing that's just kind of fun. Some days, most of the time we use it a lot, but we don't always use it. So like towards the end of school, usually they're just trying to finish, so they're not so concerned about what subject they have done. That I got from a ACE school in Texas that was doing that. That was really cool. I also have a prize box. So if the kids get, I use this for different things. It's just a prize box. I put random things in it as I go through my, whatever, anything I see that I think maybe the kids would like, I stick in there. And it's really nice when you have multiple kids and you only have one of something to stick it in there, and then the kids can go through and pick it out as a prize. And I put pencils in there. I have some erasers. I also have lead in there for their automatic pencils. I buy them a nice automatic pencil with an eraser that comes with it, and then I give them about, I don't know, 4 pieces of lead. And after that, when they run out, they come and they ask me, and I give them a piece of lead. So having this in their desk where they can get their lead anytime, it's amazing. That's really motivating. The erasers, they could buy their own at the Dollar Tree if they want to, or anywhere we go. But knowing that it's in the prize box and they could get it for free, I usually do 2 of these for one present. Here's something random that I found. It's just a little set of highlighters for a promotion and marketing company who's probably trying to promote something that are special. It's really, really amazing how the kids are like, oh man, this is exciting, I get something out of the prize box. I also put some coupons. Pay Success suggested some coupons on their website, and so I checked into doing that. It's had varied success. This one is free to work wherever you want for 2 hours. So for 2 hours, they don't have to sit at their desk. They can be on the couch, they can be under their bed, they can be outside, wherever they want for 2 hours. I don't think a single person has gotten this in about 2 years that I've had it in there. I also have this one, which is you upgrade a privilege level a day. Privilege levels are the A, C, and E. I'll cover that in another video, but they get different privileges. So A level, you get, I don't know, maybe 5 extra minutes on your break. You don't get a lot with A level. C level, you have to work a little bit harder to earn, but you get several different privileges. You get to go to the score table without permission, like without putting your flag up. You can, I think E level, you get to go to the bathroom without permission. So that's a lot for the classroom setting, but it also works well if you have multiple kids and hearing the mom, 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 I need you, I need you. using the flag system and using the privilege level really solves a lot of that, for which I was very grateful. This one has been the most popular. It's have a beverage hot or cold in your office. You can see it's been used a lot. They just pull these out, and then when they want to cash them in and redeem them, they give them back to me, and then for that day they get to have a beverage. They love hot tea, so they'll do hot tea or hot chocolate or whatever in their office, which we don't usually let drinks in their office, so that's really a special treat for them. The two different ways that they can get the prizes out of the prize box is, for one, we did co-op this last year, and so on Wednesday, if they were done with all of their homework by 3:15, all of their schoolwork and all of co-op homework, I let them get something out of the prize box. It just kind of gave them extra motivation throughout the week to be planning on that extra homework for co-op and to set their goals accordingly so they could have that done and they weren't cramming at the last minute. So that was one way. The other way I did was the stick method. Used it, I've stopped using it, I've gone back and forth. Different seasons have required it, and some seasons it's easier just to have one less thing on my plate. So this, you take popsicle sticks, and I broke 4 of my kids up into 2 teams. By 10:15, if they got 2 subjects done, they'd get 2 sticks, 1 for each of them, but they both had to get it done. So if one goofed off, the other one didn't get a stick. And when their team got to 30 sticks, they both got something out of the prize box. So they got 2 sticks for getting 2 goals done by 10:15, 2 sticks for getting 3 goals done by 11:30 or 12, whenever our lunch was, and then if they got everything done by 3:15, they got 4 sticks. So those little goals, by getting it done by 10:15 and getting so much done by noon, just set them on track and on pace. And I was amazed at how at 10:15 it would roll around, and if they only had 1 subject done, or if they did have 2 subjects done but they knew the next subject was going to be really hard, they'd skip break and they'd sit at their desk and they'd work, or they'd eat really fast and run back to their desk because they knew they were behind the schedule. And that really, to me, shows that they're learning and instilling a sense of responsibility and a sense of what they need to do. It's not just, well, mom just keeps putting stuff in front of me and I just keep working on it and someday summer will come. It's, I've got to get this done today. This is what I need to do in order to be complete with all of my work today. The prizes for the sticks, we did several different things. One time I took them out for ice cream. The prize box was the easiest thing to do. We've also done, you can go to the Dollar Tree and pick out any item that you want. That works really well for younger kids, not as well for older kids. Another thing for motivation I wanted to mention, I do Saxon math. I don't do ACE math, but something that a teacher did, she was new to our school, and ACE math, if it's still the same that it was just pages of multiplication, pages of division, and it was just it wasn't too much, but you just turn that page after finishing a page of division and there's a whole nother page of division. So that could get really like, it would kind of beat the students down. So I had one teacher that came in and she said, do every other problem. So we got to do only half of the problems, but if we missed any when we scored, we had to go back and do 2 of the problems we had skipped. Talk about motivation. That was huge. I don't recommend it for Saxon, where every problem is just a little bit different and there's something they're trying to teach you, so if you skip one, you're missing some of that learning. For ACE though, it's really a good idea, especially I was so motivated knowing that if I messed up this one, I had to go and do 2 of those that I was, getting a free ticket to not do. And it really improved my math because I cared so much more than when I was doing every one. And I got more right than when I actually did all of them. So just a thought for math, if you're doing that, that's a good way to encourage your students and say you can do it. And I don't think we did that on the checkups. I think that was only on the work before and after the checkups. So kind of fiddle with that, see if that works for you guys. Extra page points, I talked about this in another video. When your kids do more than the pages that they need to get done for the school year, so if you're on a 5-day school week for most of the subjects, that's going to be 4 pages a day. If you're on a 4-day school week, that's 5 pages a day. It all works out. So what we do is if they do that 5th page, say they land in the middle of a checkup on that 4th page, and so they do 1 extra page, and technically what you can do is if that's social studies and you end up doing 5 pages in social studies, you can do 3 pages in science, and then science is going to inevitably end up on a checkup, and then you do less pages in social studies. That you can work with, and you can do that, but to teach them that there's a benefit if they work ahead and do that extra page, you can give them extra page points. So I have a little book, and I calculate up all of their page numbers at the end of the week, the 2 weeks when they turn in their goal card. A little bit extra work for you, but the kids get so excited, and they'd ask me, how many page points do I have? Our reward for that is they got a day off school when they got 100 page points. As your kids grow older, they're like, wait, I have to do 100 pages for a day off school when normally I only have to do 25 pages in a school day. And I'm like, exactly right. But you know what? You get a free day, and you get to earn it, and you're way ahead as well. So basically it's just an extra added bonus for being just a little bit ahead. That really seemed to satisfy them, and they seem to really enjoy pushing through and working that out and getting to where they do those extra, they get rewarded for the stuff that maybe they would do anyway, or they get rewarded for staying on track and doing just that little extra bonus. The other motivation that is just kind of practical, but it's no fun until done. I totally just made that up. But no fun until you're done. So what we do is at 3:15 we stop school, and they start on their chores. They put their desk away, they go, and they each have a room to clean for that day, and they go do the chores. We've already usually practiced piano or done typing that day. So they go in and they do their chores, and then after that, if they're not done with school, they go back in and it's their homework. And they work on that. I'm unavailable after 3:15, so if they have rules or verses or vocab or anything to say, they have to wait till Daddy's home and say it to him, which is never fun. I also do homework slips that I make myself, and they really are huge motivations, mostly because my husband has hammed it up, and he will just say, no, I can't sign it. I can't sign the homework slip. I don't like the homework slips. These are terrible. Please never get homework slips again. And they really, really try to honor him in that and not show it. When they come, they're like, I'm sorry, you have to sign it. And he'll be like, my hand doesn't work. I can't sign it. It's just not possible. And it's kind of a fun thing and gets them giggling, but also gets a little bit of the, oh no, I've got to go through that again because I decided to play with my pencil today during school. So just all those different factors, motivations, just ideas. There's tons more ideas out there, and I'm sure you'll get lots of ideas just going through your day. I hope some of these motivations help you guys as you go into the school year, and that you have a wonderful school year and that it's the best yet.